Go.
Welcome, YouTubers, people of the internet, and anime fans, one and all. This is the inaugural episode of Film Nerd TV's newest talk show, Let's Talk Anime.
Woo! Yeah!
Super excited that we get to do this. I am your humble host. My name is RJ, and joining me today will probably be my usual panel or my usual rotation of people. First, we have of course, owner proprietor of this channel of Film Nerd TV. We have Hunter. Hunter, thank you for joining us today.
No problem, man. Huge anime fan, so this is gonna be so much fun.
And then also joining us is a man who needs no introduction, enjoys his outdoors and his cigarettes apparently, because we're all sitting inside and he's got a beautiful day outside behind him. Caleb,
Yes,
also
indeed.
thank you for joining us.
Hey man, it's great to be here. I'm a huge anime nerd, just getting back into it again after a long break, so this is gonna be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a great time. So for those of you viewers tuning in, like we said, this is a anime talk show. This is what we do. We are all big fans of anime, and we love talking about anime. We love geeking out about anime. So that's what we want to do here. As our show progresses, we will be doing more segments for you guys. We'll be talking about anime that is currently on. We'll be talking about anime that we're going to review. And you viewers out there right now, we already want you to start commenting us animes you think we should check out, animes you want us to review. We will do our best to answer any, if not all, of the requests that you do, because we want to talk about anime. So give us more to talk about, or we will talk about the 5 same anime every time we are on here. But for today, for you viewers, just so you can get to know us, so we can get to know each other, and we can get to know each other's taste, what we're doing special for y'all today is each of our personal top 5 animes. This is very hard. Most people
Of all time, it's ridiculous.
We were asked to do 5. We all felt really, really bad about all the animes we had to leave out. Now, also be aware, these animes are completely biased. These are not the top 5 animes of all time. They are the top 5 animes of all time in our opinions. So, once again, in the comments, tell us which ones you like. Tell us how you would rank yours or rank the ones we put in. Give us your top 5. Let us know which ones make you go crazy. So, this is how we're going to do this, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go around the table or around the screen, whatever you want to call it. We are going to be giving 2 at a time. We're going to give our 5s and our 4s, talk about them a little bit, add our input to the others list, say how we feel about the animes, whether we've seen them, whether we want to check them out. We will go our 5s and 4s, our 2 and 3s, and then our number 1s will fight to the death for pure supremacy. So, with that being said, let's talk anime.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so let us begin with the boss. Hunter, what is your number 5 anime?
Okay, my number 5 anime is a recent one. And it's the Netflix Castlevania series.
Wow. Okay.
It's short, it's sweet, it's so much good dialogue, such great action based on the Castlevania video games, of course. It really brings that mythology and that really good script writing and character development, and it's only like 4 or 5 episodes. I believe it has been renewed for season 2, and hopefully it's going to be longer because I just enjoy this anime so much.
All right, Caleb,
Awesome.
any thoughts on
nice.
Castlevania?
I thought it was really good. It was super short. I'm having a hard time believing that it's on the top 5 just because it's only 4 episodes. It doesn't really get very far, but what I saw I loved.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also made by the guy who made Dirty Laundry, the Punisher short, which was amazing. So,
Well,
big fan of whoever that is.
I have yet to check it out. I keep hearing good things. I hear buzz all around online that it's really good, and like you said, it's really short, so apparently it's really easy to binge. Like, they're not even like long 4 episodes. They're literally like 20-minute episodes, and there's only like 4 of them. So you can literally knock it out in like an hour or so. But I definitely want to check it out. I always heard good things about the video games. I mean, I hear a lot of things on the internet about Castlevania in general. So this is obviously something worth checking out. I will probably binge it. Maybe when I'm in the mood for it, because vampires, man. Vampire animes, man.
I mean, you know, you gotta, like, if you want the, like, crazy blood splatter and, like, demon action, like, it's a perfect little, like, jumping in point. It's brutal and it's fun. And like you said, you could watch it in, like, an hour and a half.
Yeah, brutal always gets me. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what it is about anime blood, but it freaks me out more than real blood.
Really?
It's weird. All right. So, Hunter, number 5, Castlevania. What is your number 4?
My number 4 is one that I am halfway through the series right now, but it's so good. It's Assassination Classroom.
All right, yes.
The reason it's so low is because I have not finished it yet, but I am halfway through with the series. I'm actually going to watch it more after we leave here today. But I love the comedy. I love the humor. I love the action. The premise is so good of this alien teacher, and this classroom is assigned to kill it pretty much. I love how smart-ass Koro Sensei is, how he always has those quips, how just the character development of all the children of the class, you care about him, you care about Koro Sensei, even though he's supposed to be the villain of this show. I just love everything about this anime series, from the humor to the action to the character developments, like I said, the story, everything about it.
Yeah, I've actually been able to check out Assassination Classroom myself. I believe I found it on accident just one night on Crunchyroll looking for a new anime to watch, and I picked it because I tend to like high school animes. Like I enjoyed my high school time, so I'm just like, oh yeah, like that happened in high school. And the way they put a twist on it, like, because this is literally a typical high school anime with the craziest twist you could put on it. Like, the simple thing of, like, kids trying to grow up and find themselves. Yet they're trying to find themselves by killing their teacher. And at the same time, this teacher is the one helping them find themselves. And you see that conflict in them, and like, dude, this is the greatest teacher we ever had, but you need to die.
Okay.
It's just so great. Caleb, I know last time we were all talking, you haven't been able to check it out yet, but have you heard good things? Is it something you might be interested in, or?
Oh, I mean, I'm definitely. You've definitely piqued my interest. I've heard good things, mostly from you guys actually, but yeah, I heard real good things about it. And yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out. I just started, you know, I avoided it mostly because of the title. Usually like things, animes that have the words high school or academia in it. And it turns out I was wrong, because I just started watching My Hero Academia, and it's super fun so far.
Hold off on that, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about that later if I know Hunter.
Oh.
We're going to be talking about that later.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
So hold your thoughts on that one.
Yep.
All right. So, and actually, Caleb, it is your turn. So, Caleb, what is your number 5 anime?
All right, my number 5 is number 5 mostly because everything above it is like near and dear to my heart. So my number 5 is 7 Deadly Sins. It's an awesome freaking show. You know, everything I love in an anime. It's like I said again. It's brutal. It's fantasy. It's magic. It's everything I love, and then it's also an awesome anime. So, yeah, that's my number 5.
Yeah, I actually just recently binged that as well, and it was a really entertaining anime. I remember when it first came out, a lot of people were talking about it, and I was just so confused by the premise. I was like, so what is this about? They're actually the Sims. They're not really the Sims. They're just nicknames. I was like, what? But I
yeah, the name really threw me off. Yeah.
What?
I said, yeah, the name like really throws people off because you think it's like a religious show or something, or I didn't know what to think of it until I started watching, and then I was like totally blown away, and like I was really confused as to why it was called Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, but once they delved into it and explained, and it's one of those magical worlds where it's like it's not just people with magical powers. There's wizards, there's giants, there's fairies, there's immortals, there's gods. Technically, there's gods and demons. It's just so much fun to watch, and it's hella funny.
And it's all set in Camelot, England. You know, like during the King Arthur days.
Yeah.
So they're like Knights Templars. Sorry, go ahead.
Hunter, have you like watched this or have you checked it out yet? Heard anything?
Actually, yes, I have binged it. I've binge watched it with my anime club. Actually, we all hung out together. And we were like, "Oh, Netflix has a new anime series. Let's watch it." Binge the entire thing. It is so entertaining, so fun. The story, I think, was kind of confusing at first, but as you get through half the season, you kind of understand where it's going. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right, right now, who's your favorite sin?
Ooh. Shit.
Oh, I love putting people on the spot.
Probably King.
I actually completely agree with you. I love King.
Yeah.
Yeah, King's awesome, and like just the ways he like transforms himself, and he uses a giant pillow as his weapon. Like everything about it, and the more and more you learn about him, the like more cool he gets. You know, he starts out as kind of a whiny kid, but like with this awesome spear and a giant pillow. And then like they develop him so well. Like I think they get deeper into his story than like most of the other ones. I mean, not like the three main ones, but it's probably one of the most developed characters.
Yeah, I really love the whole story behind him and Bond. That's like one of my favorite arcs of it. Is the whole the beef between them? Why he has that animosity towards him.
Yeah, that was so deep, and like I was so confused as to what was going on, and then you find out that he's the spoiler alert, that he's the king of the fairies. It's just like, oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can stop geeking out about that a little bit now.
Well, let's geek out about your number 4.
Yes, my number 4 is something that is probably the anime that got me into anime, and it's the original Dragon Ball. Not Z, it's just Dragon Ball. I loved it. Everything about it, man. The young Goku, when he's got his tail training with Master Roshi and Krillin. Like searching for the Dragon Balls with Bulma, like all of it was so good, and I loved it. And it opened my eyes to the world of anime. So that's my number 4.
All right, Hunter, your thoughts on Dragon Ball?
Never actually seen it. I'm actually in the middle of watching it right now.
So stop right now and go watch Dragon Ball first.
I mean, I've heard great things about it. I'm probably gonna check it out. I'm right in the middle. I'm halfway through Dragon Ball Season 1, Dragon Ball Z Season 1 right now.
Season 1? So that's the Saiyan Saga?
Yes.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. But you gotta go back. You gotta see the freaking Vegeta Saga and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Dragon Ball as a kid. If I remember correctly, I think they started showing Dragon Ball after Dragon Ball Z. So
I saw it first on like after school cartoons and stuff. That was my first experience. I didn't see Z first.
Yeah, I remember seeing Z first, but Dragon Ball was like DBZ's funny cousin. Like if you wanted to live in the Dragon Ball Z world, but like just laugh the whole time, Dragon Ball was your thing. I mean, young Goku and young Krillin were just so much. Young Yamcha, freaking everything.
Yeah,
freaking in that thing.
Yamcha always like chasing after Bulma is hilarious.
But one of my favorite lines of all time in anime is in Dragon Ball, and it's when Krillin and Goku first meet, and Goku's giving him a hard time about being bald, and Krillin's like, "See, Master Roshi's bald," and Roshi is just like I didn't shave my head. That's just how it is. I'm old.
Yes, I love it.
It was so funny. I mean, and you learn a lot about the background that, like, sometimes in Dragon Ball Z, you're like, who are these people? What are they talking about? And, you know, you talk because, you know, when you start Dragon Ball Z, like I did before, you see Krillin and Goku are best friends and they were trained by Roshi. And you're like, well, when did that happen? Like, when did all this go down? And you see everything. You see how they met, how they trained, their first tournaments. Hell, you see Goku meet Chi-Chi.
Yep.
How like that whole thing started. So
yeah, dude.
How they met
yeah,
Tien,
everything.
How they met Tien and Chaozu.
I was gonna say Tien and freaking Yamcha are like you see why they're in Dragon Ball Z. They're not just like comedic characters that can't really do anything in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you learn a lot more about the characters that you meet in Dragon Ball Z, so it's always fun to watch. All right. It looks like it's my turn.
Yes.
All right.
This should be fun.
At number 5, I have the epic magical anime known as Fairy Tail. I mean, talk about an anime that just sucked me in. Netflix had the like first 40-something episodes. Like it said it was 2 seasons, but like one season was 12 episodes and it was like 30 seasons the next. I don't know how they freaking organized it. But I got to the end of that and I was just like, there's got to be more of this. And that's when I finally got a Crunchyroll. Well, actually, I finally got a Crunchyroll for another anime we'll talk about later. But when I got Crunchyroll, one of the first things I went looking for was, does somebody have more Fairy Tail for me? And Crunchyroll did. And I'm talking about for a straight month, that is all I watched. If I got on Crunchyroll, it was to watch Fairy Tail. And I binged it, and it was great. And I can't believe it ended, and I just want them to finish it like how fans wanted Inuyasha to be finished and Bleach to be finished. I need them to finish Fairy Tail as an anime, or else my heart will break forever. Following Natsu on his adventures with Lucy and Gray, and I always say Urza's name wrong. I always want to say Ezra, but it's Urza. Like, they're just so much fun. The magical powers they have are so entertaining and fun to watch when they fight. I mean, hell, the main character is literally called a Dragon Slayer because they're trained by dragons and they gain power by eating their element. Come on! It's so freaking cool. And then freaking Lucy has the power of the constellations. She can literally summon Tauros to fight for her. Even though Tauros is a moron, it's still awesome.
I love your energy.
Oh, dude, I love Fairy Tail. It's so much fun. Like, I always tell my friends, like, who are all into One Piece, this is literally One Piece with wizards.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, so, Caleb, give me some more. How do you feel about Fairy Tail?
I liked Fairy Tail. I wasn't. All of the magic elements and stuff like that are super cool. Like you said, he eats fire, which is amazing. Like, I mean, he melts a dude's like giant frying pan and then like eats it so that he can become stronger and shit like that. Is awesome. It's definitely not like top 5 for me, but it was really fun. I think a lot of it had to do with the style that they animated it in, but I really liked it. I mean, the coolest thing I think is what's her name? She like who summons people. Like, she summons the power of the constellations. It's so cool.
Yeah, Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy. Like, that's something I'd never seen before in an anime, and it was done so well and so cool. And then but then all the things that she summoned weren't just like mindless things. They were also like their own characters. That was super cool. I love that. So I definitely haven't finished it, but it's I'm going through it now. I've got a lot on my list.
Oh, dude, just wait till you meet all the other Dragon Slayers. Like,
Oh shit! Really?
dude, there's so many other Dragon Slayers out there, and they're like,
Oh.
wait, you haven't met Gajeel?
No, I'm like 4 episodes in, I think.
Oh my god, dude! Like, one of the first ones you meet is an Iron Dragon Slayer.
What?
Yeah, dude, he's so dope. Just wait, just trust me, dude. When you get to him, he's like the coolest dude ever.
That might just change up the game for me. I might have to change my list after this.
All right, Hunter, what about you?
Never seen it. It's on my list to watch it. It's actually in my queue on my Funimation Now account to watch.
Oh, dude, and it's a blast to watch dub because of one man. That is Todd Habercorn. He voices Natsu, and it's just anytime I hear his voice, he's always fantastic. Anytime I hear his voice, I know I'm gonna have a good time in the anime.
Yeah.
He's one of my girlfriend's favorites. He's
what else
one of mine.
What else has he done? Like, the name sounds familiar, but I can't.
Oh man, like, and now I'm blanking. I know he's like in a lot of big ones. If I'm not mistaken, he is Edward Ulrich from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
Nice.
Like, I know he's a lot of big people. Let me get in there. We're gonna take a break for this because I'm not like, dude, trust me, like,
cool.
you look at this dude's
Fact
filmography
check.
and you're like,
Because, yeah, I definitely recognize the name. I've heard people say it before, but I can't, like, place his names. Or, like, the names of the people he's played.
okay, so I was wrong about Full Metal Alchemist apparently. Oh, that's the other guy. I forgot his name. But okay, let me see. Yeah, Fairy Tail is his big one. That's like one of his really big ones. Shoot. He's just in a lot of anime. He's in Kill la Kill. He's in Attack on Titan. He's done a little bit of Pokemon.
That's where I would know it from. Probably Attack on Titan.
He's done Tokyo Ghoul. He's done damn, he's done a lot. He's in One Punch Man. He's in Dragon Ball Super. He's done a couple voices for them.
Nice.
He's been in a lot, man. He's pretty up there. A lot of people like know his name. This is what my girlfriend knows him from the most. He's in Oran Host Club. He's the main guy from that as well.
Oh, okay.
Or in High School Host Club.
Yeah. That anime doesn't get enough credit that it does. Like, I don't care if it's a high school anime about, like, just hot dudes. That shit's hilarious. All right. So, that was my number 5.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4
Yes.
is one I actually mentioned to y'all the other day that I know probably neither of you have seen. It's called Haikyuu. It is a sports anime. It is about volleyball. And talk about being the most epic thing about volleyball that could ever happen. When I was in middle school, that was my favorite sport to play. We didn't have football at my school. We were a Catholic school. They didn't let us play football because we didn't have enough people to fill a team.
Okay.
So during volleyball season, they let the boys play volleyball. And dude, like, it's just so much fun. Like, it really is. Volleyball is a really fun sport to play. And this anime, like, takes it to that extreme. I mean, you follow the main character who basically is a short kid who wants to play volleyball. But you find out later in the series, he's actually, like, a spiking ace. He can just, like, jump higher than anybody and spike without control. And then you meet at the beginning of the season who you think is going to be his rival, and then they end up on the same team.
Nice.
And it's basically building back up the reputation of their school's team back to like the status it was like years ago. Like their school's club used to be like one of the best clubs in the country, and then it fell after a really star player left. And now they're trying to build it back up. Like they feel like they're the ones to do it. And you have their upperclassmen who are like in their last year, and they're like oh my God, these new kids can probably actually help us do it. Like, you know, they're the older ones that are like, man, maybe we should give up. Like, maybe we're not good enough to do it. And they see all these new kids and they're like, maybe we can. And it's so much fun to cheer for these guys. Like, it's literally like watching a real game and you're just like on the edge of your seat, like, oh my God, like who's going to score the next point? Are they going to win? Are they going to block it? It's just so much fun to watch. I don't know. Hunter, you've heard anything about it? Anything?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, see, I knew this was going to be the one we probably weren't going to talk about long, which is good because we can save time because we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Caleb, anything from your side?
Yeah, I haven't heard about it other than from you, but the way you describe it, it sounds like something I'd definitely be into. I love when animes take normal everyday things and make them epic.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely down for that. And I would just have one question: is it beach volleyball or is it indoor volleyball?
No, it's 6-man volleyball. No, it's 6-man volleyball. Yeah,
nice.
No, it's indoors. It's not beach volleyball. It's not like Top Gun out there, shirtless, playing 2-on-2, high-fiving each other, slow motion.
Oh,
chest pumping, all greased up and all that.
Yeah.
I was hoping for some hot man love.
Oh, yeah.
You want that? Go watch Yuri on Ice.
All right.
But it's definitely an anime I recommend to all the viewers as well. It's if you have not checked out Haikyuu, because Crunchyroll hyped it up a lot when they had it, when it was streaming simulcast. Now it's unfortunately, it's ended, at least on hiatus, because they left it very open-ended from where they ended last time of like, they're supposed to go on to the next level of the tournament. Like, trust me, it's worth catching up on. It's definitely worth checking out and hoping that they release the next season because it's just a really good epic sports show. All right.
Awesome.
So here's where things are going to get really interesting. Those were only the 4s and 5s. Now we're getting into top 3 territory. Hunter.
Yes.
What is your number 3?
Okay, I'm probably going to get hate for this, but you guys have to realize first that I grew up watching this anime when I was a kid.
Oh, no.
It's sentimental value to me, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! The original Yu-Gi-Oh!
No. Absolutely understandable.
I expected you to say Pokemon, and I was
I really did.
I was going to hate on you, yeah.
Just barely missed my list at Pokemon. Just barely. But Yu-Gi-Oh, man, I marathoned this. I used to have the 3 box sets that they used to come in, the DVD box sets. I used to own them and watch them constantly. Yugi, Joey, Tristan, Mai, Pegasus, Kaiba, all these great characters, and it's about card game. It's about a dueling game with monsters and battles and oh my God, the stories and the tournaments, and I can, if I keep talking about this, we'll be here for hours. I love it so much.
Caleb, how was Yu-Gi-Oh for you growing up back in the days?
I kind of missed Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit by a couple of years growing up, but what I saw, I liked it. Like I said, I love when anime takes normal everyday things and turns them epic. So playing a card game, which in my family is huge, we play card and board games all the time. So making an epic card game was pretty freaking cool. If you ask me, I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of it was a kind of confusing plot at times, but I liked it. I haven't gone back and revisited it, but there's a lot of elements that are a little confusing.
Yeah. One of the best series, like plot angles, is either the tri-state area tournament or the Shadow Realm with Merrick. Those are the best 2 seasons, in my opinion.
Battle City Tournament. What?
Battle City.
That's when people say things wrong. But no, that was one. The Battle City Tournament was one of the best ones. But yeah, I mean, hats off. Yu-Gi-Oh was one of the few reasons that I kept watching Kids WB that was one of the things that kept me going back to that channel was Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, who didn't want to see a game where like you were literally summoning monsters to do battle for you? I mean, who didn't tune in just to watch Yugi summon the Dark Magician or Kaiba summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, we collected those cards furiously. Like, talk about like trading cards. Like, oh, you got this, I'll give you 2 of these and 3 of these for that one card. Like, oh my God, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a craze. Like,
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Deserves to be mentioned up there in animes just because of the craze it created.
Yeah, and it was like entirely original. It was pretty super cool.
Hunter, did you go get your cards?
I did.
I figured that's what he did. He went to go get his cards.
Look.
His gigantic stack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
Yep. And
but yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think I'm a little older than you guys.
Look at this.
Dear Jesus.
Holy crap.
This is only the first box.
I don't even want to know how many more there are. Let's get to your number 2 before you have a heart attack.
My number 2 is actually one that we were talking about a minute ago, and it's My Hero Academia.
Knew we'd be discussing it later.
So wait, is that a
to be continued?
To be continued?
Nope. None yet.
My Hero Academia, so good. The characters, again, you have an emotional attachment to them. Just the way that the world is set of like, this is a world full of people who have powers, and our main character is one of the 20% that doesn't have power. So you already feel bad enough for him, and then you follow his journey to the school, to the tournaments, to everything. It's such a fun anime. It's light, but it also has serious moments at the same time. A great humor with All Might and all of them. I enjoy this anime so much.
Yeah, I completely 100% agree. It did not make my top 5. It did make my top 10, but it could not make my top 5. It was literally number 6. It was literally number 6. But I mean, yeah, it's just a great, like, you know, we were giving Caleb a hard time about like avoiding things with academia. Like, this is one of those things of like watching someone, you know, it's one of those animes of like, it just makes you feel good to watch someone live their dream when at the beginning you're like, there's no way he could do it. And then of course with anime, unfortunately, oh, the one guy found a way, F that guy, but I'll still support you.
Yep.
But
now, are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, the action is great. I love when they actually throw down. Like, when they're using their powers, it's cool. But when the scenes when it's actually a hero throwing down with a villain, or when you do later get into the tournament sections, oh my God, just watching these people throw down with their powers and the crazy powers they come up with. Like, you think Fairy Tail has crazy magic? My Hero Academia has the most ridiculous powers. There's a dude who can shoot tape out of his elbow. I still don't understand what it does, but it's really cool. But they make it work. Like, you hear his power and you're like, there's no way that's a real thing. And then you see him use it and you're like, all right, I can see that being useful. And then you get the people with the cool powers, like freaking Ida, who freaking literally has turbines in his legs and can run faster than a racing car. And then you get like more basic powers like Bakugo, who can literally just cause explosions. He's literally Mustang. When you really think about it, he's literally Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist, except with way worse anger issues. But you'll get into that later. So, Caleb, I know you said you're ready to start checking it out. What are your thoughts so far?
So far I'm 2 episodes in, and it's awesome, dude. Like you guys said, what I love about it is that it is what sold me on actually watching it was that when you guys told me that it was like 88% of the world has superpowers, and he's one of the few that doesn't. That like was pretty awesome concept to me. And then in watching it, watching him be like, he's following his hero All Might, and just he wants to be a hero. That's all he wants to do. He is like the struggle of being a normal person and still like running into danger and like wanting to be a hero is like so compelling. I'm hooked already. I'm gonna be watching more. I just started catching up on Walking Dead instead last night.
Yeah. One of the best lines I think is when I believe it's like episode 1 or 2 where he runs into the fire and he can't stop. Like his mind's telling him, "Don't do this, don't do this," but his body's moving. And All Might tells him, he's like, "A real hero's body will move before his mind comprehends what's going on."
Yeah, that's one of the best. That was one of the the best things. And oh man, like dude, like I wanted to cry with him when All Might chooses him. Like I wanted to break down and cry. Like I was like, oh my dear God, yes. I mean, we all knew it was gonna happen. You can tell by the basis of the show. Yes, he's about to become a superhero. Like we knew it was gonna happen, and still, when it happens for him, you're just so
happy.
You're so happy.
It's so compelling.
Yeah, trust me, dude. Like I said, when he actually gets to school, it gets so much better. So much better when he actually gets to school.
Nice.
And
yeah, I'm really pumped to see it. Like, it's gonna. I have a feeling this is gonna become another favorite.
Oh yeah, this will be at least in your top 10, if not maybe inch its way into your top 5.
Nice.
Or in my case, top 2.
Speaking of that, though, what is your number 3, Caleb? It is your turn. What is your number?
My number 3 is one that I kind of slept on for a long time, and I got into it like maybe 2 years back, and I'm really happy that I did. It's Death Note. Death Note's my number 3. Okay.
I figured that was gonna be the one. I figured we were about to hear that. As soon as I heard death, I was like, we're about to hear it to be continued.
Yep.
All right. So, what is your number 2 then? That is to be continued.
My number 2 is going to be continued too. I assume it's Digimon.
Oh, that's definitely to be continued. Yeah. All right, Caleb's the one. Caleb's the one. Caleb. All right, we will definitely let you have your time to talk about these 2 animes when we get back to them. So,
awesome.
So to my 2 and 3. All right. So my number 3. Not a lot of people know about this anime. I found it one day on accident late at night at Toonami, and I was hooked. And that is Eureka 7. I can already see the look on your faces. It's a mecha anime. It is, so basically what it is there's a young boy who lives in this world where basically there is an alien parasite living within the earth, and humanity has tried to learn to live with it. And this alien is what introduced the concept of these mechs to the humans. Like, that's how they do battle with it, with mechs. This young boy, his family is directly involved with the incident. He eventually finds himself going on an adventure with what basically are like pirate military people, like ex-military who are now doing their own thing, who have found a human-like alien creature. The boy falls in love. The girl eventually falls in love with him. It's one of those, but it's all around mecha and this crazy story about saving the world and trying to make peace with the aliens. Oh, it's so freaking good. And it helps that Johnny Young Bosch, a.k.a. Adam the Black Ranger, is the voice of the main character.
That's awesome.
That's great.
And Stephanie O is the voice of the main girl. And if you don't know who she is, watch Bleach, because she's Orihime.
Oh, nice.
So it's literally Johnny Young Bosch and Stephanie O in another anime falling in love with each other. Instead of Bleach, now it's Eureka 7. But it's a really fun watch. It's hella deep, though. Like, dear God, it is so deep. Like, the concept of peace and religion and, like, it gets so deep, but it's circled around just this another kid's journey of growing up, of becoming his own man, and this girl, the alien girl, finding her true purpose, what she was made for, what she's supposed to do. It's a great, compelling anime. But by the look of your faces, neither of you have even heard of it.
No, I was actually going to ask you to repeat the title. I want to write that down.
Eureka 7. Spell it like Eureka. Eureka, and then just the number 7.
Cool.
Like, it's really good. I want to say in its entirety, it's like 60, 70 episodes.
Nice. You could watch it in a couple days.
Yeah, like you could probably binge that. Like if you just had like a week of you just want to commit to one show, you could knock that show out in a week easy. But it's a really fun watch. I definitely recommend it to you, and I definitely recommend it to the viewers for those of you who haven't heard it. And if you have heard, please leave in the comments for these guys how great of an anime it is. And if you don't like it, we're gonna fight about it in the comments.
Yes.
So since neither of y'all have seen it, we're just gonna move on because I already know we got some to be continued to get to, and y'all have nothing to say. So
sounds good.
My number 2 is one I told y'all about the other day, and I know there's no to be continued on this. So my number 2, I told y'all about this the other day. Card Captor Sakura.
Never heard of it.
Did you ever know the show Card Captors on Kids WB?
Like vaguely? I remember seeing the commercials and stuff for it, but I never watched it.
See, guys, I try to host a show, and my co-hosts don't even know the anime I'm talking about. Like I know everything they're talking about. What's up here? This is terrible. We're already failing.
It's true. We're terrible.
I quit. Nah, I'm just kidding. So, Card Captor Sakura is one of those 90s magic girl animes. This girl, Sakura, she's like 10 years old. She basically unlocks this magic book of magical cards that were created by a wizard about 1,000 years ago. When she releases them, she soon discovers that it is her job to recapture all the cards basically manifest themselves, and it is her job to recapture them and claim them as the cards. And then later in the season, you learn that after she does all that, now she must become the new master of the cards and change all the cards to work under her command.
Oh.
So,
okay, nice. Dude, as you're describing it, good stuff. Yeah, dude, and, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually getting a 15-year anniversary anime release coming up soon.
Nice.
It had a pretty nice cult following. I loved Card Captors when it was on Kids WB. We dubbed it and called it Card Captors. But then later, I found the original. I found it subbed. I enjoyed it so much better. It's just like anyone can make fun of me for liking schoolgirl anime all they want. You know, they're like, and believe me, I'm telling y'all this right now. I love it for non-perverted reasons. I can say that with all honesty. Like I honestly, it's honestly for my movie taste and my TV show taste sometimes too. Sometimes I just like a good romantic story. And her finding love, it just works in this magical realm. Like there's also just good magical fights that happen. But in the end, this is about her finding her first love. And it's really cute. It's really adorable. I enjoy the hell out of it. And it's always a recommendation to watch. If you have Crunchyroll, you can watch it in its entirety on Crunchyroll if you're subscribed.
What's it called?
But don't watch the dub because it's terribly dubbed.
Card Captor Sakura.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you were describing it, it sounded like super familiar. Like I'm pretty sure I caught some of it just from what you were describing. But yeah, it was definitely not one that stuck with me, unfortunately. But I'll definitely revisit it.
It was one of WB's only anime adaptations that they did before everyone brought on Shaman King and before One Piece even actually there was Card Captors. That's what they referred to it as.
Nice. Okay.
I bet you if you looked up the theme for card captors, not card captor Sakura, I bet you it'd ring some familiar bells in your head. You'd be like, I knew this shit. Like, I heard this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, like I'm almost like 100% that like it's up there somewhere. It's just not unlocked right now.
All right. So, since we already know what Hunter's number one is, we already know what my number one is. We're actually going to skip to Caleb first, since he's the only one who has no to be continues. And since we're definitely going to talk about these other two a little bit more in depth. Caleb, what is your number one anime?
My number one anime is Sword Art Online.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one, actually.
It's so good. Just like I mean, this was kind of back before VR was a reality too. It's this like just epic story about like people that get like a bunch of kids and gamers, they get trapped in this online world and they can't leave or they die. Like, and if you die in the game, you die, and you just have to beat this unbeatable, crazy virtual world game. It's so epic. It's so awesome, and it follows this like this epic character. It's so good. I love it. That's my number one. Sword Art Online.
No, I completely agree. I've caught a few episodes of it, and I mean, for me, it's a less complicated dot hack sign, which is awesome. Because I remember as a kid wanting to get into dot hack sign so much, which is almost basically the same thing, but it was such a complicated story. It was so hard following along with what happened. And Sword Art Online laid it out for you at the beginning. We're all trapped in this world. Don't die.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
However, there's one dumb thing about it to me.
What's that?
Really? The one thing everybody can't do is dual wield? That's what it is? That's what the special thing is? Dual wielding?
Think about video games. Think about video games. How many times has that been like the one stupid thing about a video game is that you can't dual wield?
None that I can think of. Like almost every game that like this thing is like, you can dual wield. You can choose to be a dual wielder instead of like one weapon of a sword or an axe or something. Come on! Dual wielding, that's the special thing we can do. I don't know what else you could have done, believe me. I can't think of a better idea. At least not right now off the top of my head. But I was just like, this is what makes this guy special. He can pull out another sword in his other hand. You gotta be freaking kidding me.
Well, I mean, the way I always thought about it was kind of like the rules of D&D, where like, I mean, you can have that, but it's a specific skill slot that you actually have to be trained in the game mechanic, like D&D, like some of the old Elder Scrolls and stuff like that.
But see, you can train. This guy is like literally doing something that nobody else can do.
It was a unique trait, yeah.
Like if he was like the master of dual wielding, that'd be different. Like if it was like, oh, he's like the best dual wielder in the game. You haven't heard of this guy? Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Hunter, what are you? Sword Art Online. What are your thoughts?
I've seen it all over Netflix under the anime section.
Oh.
It seems interesting to me. I have so many animes I have to watch at once that particular I have a list of things I have to go back and watch, but that's definitely on the list right now.
Dang, man, that hurts so bad. It's so good, and like so much of like movies and things have like ripped off that concept since they did it. Like, I mean, it was really original, and it was a lot of fun to me. I guess that the dual wielding thing could be seen as a problem. I never felt that way. Yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop with that one. But it's epic, dude. I love that show. It like I said, it's my number one. It's my favorite. It's so good. You should definitely watch it, Hunter.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get to it.
Yeah, I need to finish it. I've only seen a couple of episodes. I need to finish it.
And then season 2, they go into like a mystical world. It's a different game that he has to go in and rescue his in-game wife. Like, so much cool shit happens. It's so good. And then Sword Art 2 came out, and then they have guns. They're like Sword Art wielding, but with guns. It's so cool.
Yeah, I saw that like the season 2, that was like the big upgrade. Like, now we're in a game where we can shoot people.
Well, it's not like season 2 really. It's like Sword Art 2. The season 2 of the show, they go into like a fairy world.
That's really cool, man. Like I said, I definitely need to check it out. It's definitely up my alley when it comes to anime. But I'm just like Hunter. There's just so much other stuff to watch that I just haven't made the time to watch it. But obviously, once we get more and more into the show, we're gonna have to make time to watch all these anime so we can talk about them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, so that was his number 1. I'll be a gracious host. Hunter, your number 1, please.
I'm so happy. This was a to be continued from Caleb's list. My number 1 is Death Note. Oh my god, I love Death Note so much, man. Just, first off, the story is incredible of just telling this guy, Light, who gets this magical notebook who can kill people. But just his deterioration from, okay, I'm doing this for a good reason, and then him slowly becoming the villain of the entire series. And just the characters are really great, from Light, L, Misa, probably forgetting a whole bunch of other names, but
there's a ton of them.
Yeah. But yeah, I binged watched the first season in like 3 days. It's so good. The world that they created, the dark undertone is real good. The death gods are incredibly detailed, and you get a good backstory on them. I love this anime so much. Caleb, I know you had it on your list at number 3.
Yeah, it was my number 3. It's really good. I love most things about it. I feel like it failed in the 3rd season, I think, when I won't spoil it for you because I know you haven't gotten there yet, but when certain characters get switched around in a way that I didn't find as compelling. But so that's why it's number 3 and not 2 or 1. But I love this show. Light is an awesome. Like the dynamic between Light and L is incredible. So I don't know. Should I give like some of the premise of the show just in case people haven't watched?
Yeah, Hunter kind of did. Hunter kind of gave it like the basicness of it.
Okay, cool.
Guy gets a magical book, can kill people. First he's doing it for good, then he slowly slips into madness.
Yeah.
Power. See, I kind of disagree with that a little bit because I don't think he was ever doing it from an actually like good place. I feel like he was always a psychopath.
I mean,
he was always like he wanted to kill people.
Here he goes.
He was waiting for this opportunity to become a god. Like from the episode 1, that was his plan. Was to be the new god of this world. He was a sociopath all along.
All right,
you can go ahead, Hunter.
In my opinion, he started off from a good place. He saw people doing crime and saw criminals hurting people, and the justice system letting them go free, not doing anything about it, or just completely not caring that people are getting hurt. So when the book does come, he sees his chance to get rid of those criminals. As the series goes along, it becomes the book is taken over him. He's going down into madness, where now he feels like everybody should, die. But he started off from a place of the justice system is not doing anything about it. You know, why are these people who are murdering people and, you know, all this stuff not in prison? They're being let free on some BS charges, which happens today. People can murder somebody and then claim, oh, you know, I'm crazy. And then they get off on a plea deal. But he sees it as, if you do a hard enough crime, you deserve to die.
All right. Before y'all keep going, y'all gonna have this argument off camera, or else we're gonna be here for another like 50 minutes. Because I see Caleb's face already. He's ready for a rebuttal, and I know as soon as he says something, Hunter's gonna have ready something to come back. So we're gonna hold this off camera.
All right.
One day we'll have a special episode of the Great Debate of Light.
We need to.
Yes, indeed. Awesome.
All right.
Can I just say I think he's conflating the movie character with the anime character, and then I'm done.
All right. Okay, so with that being said, the host is number 1. Caleb's number 2.
Yes.
Possibly the greatest adventure anime of all time.
Yes.
Let me hear you say it. It's Digimon.
Digimon. Digital monsters!
Digimon are the champions!
Whoa,
oh my god!
Yes!
Digimon, like, changed my life.
Did it change you into a digital champion?
No, it changed me into a Digi-destined.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so, obviously, Digimon came out 2 years after Pokemon. A lot of people didn't give it the credit simply because they saw Mon at the end of it. Pokemon had already been around for 2 years. Everyone wanted to be like, oh, it's a Pokemon ripoff. First of all y'all out there, y'all look up the old Tamagotchi toys that Digimon first came out with. They came out before anything Pokemon related. So, F y'all on that. Anybody who wants to argue that, look up the history.
Preach, brother.
But
I've been yelling this at people for so long. Keep going.
Now for the anime itself, it was just one of those first shows where it was like, first of all, the characters. You literally had someone you could relate to on that team. Like, in every way. You had the character you felt most like. You had the character you wanted to be friends with the most. You had the character that you were like, man, I know a guy like you and I don't really like you, but maybe you're like this in real life too, and maybe I should understand you more. Like Matt, F that douche. I'm sorry. I'm going to not get into that before that discussion of it. But anyways, but the characters were just so perfectly put together. And especially because they're kids. Like, granted, we were kids at that, but you know for a show, it's hard to care about kids. Especially when they get put into something like that. And then the like kind of like realism to it. It wasn't like, all right, Pokemon, we're in this completely fake world. No, in Digimon, it was based in reality where this digital world existed on a whole other plane, but it was human made. They still lived in the human world. Like all the things that were happening for them were happening in the real world. Matter of fact, Digimon actually did a CD special, and in one of the things, one of the characters moves to America, and they actually talk about 9/11. They kept it embedded into the real world as much as possible. All their real world places where they live are actual locations. I see plenty of Digimon fans posting pictures of when they go to Japan and visit the sites of like, hey, check it out. This was the building that like inspired in Digimon. Here's the playground that was inspired, blah, blah, blah. And the Digimon themselves, I mean, talk about, okay, first of all, they could talk. That's going to be my biggest thing. That was my Pokemon. They were
full partners, not pets.
Exactly. It wasn't, oh, I'm going to go catch them. No. There was one Digimon out there meant for you, and he was your partner. He wasn't your pet. He wasn't your, you didn't catch him. You didn't keep him locked in. You fought together.
He was your friend. You had to feed them and take care of them, and in turn, they do the same for you. It was such a, it was such a good relationship. Every single one of them were fleshed out characters.
No. Pokemon never really touched on the relationship between trainer and partner until later. Digimon made it very apparent from day one that the evolution of your Digimon was determined on the strength of your bond.
Well, I could argue that in the first episode, Ash and Pikachu, Ash chose Pikachu, and you see their
No. He's got a fair point.
closeness.
Pikachu chose Ash. It was fair. Pikachu wanted nothing to do with him. And then after their thing, yeah, they had it. But Pikachu never evolved.
No.
We didn't get into that until later. And don't tell me, if you had a Charmander, you wouldn't want the ability to make him go all the way to Charizard, but then come back to cute little Charmander.
What?
I'm getting off topic before we get to the anime itself. Great characters, great plot. It was so perfectly like kid dark. Like it got real for those kids. They were in some serious danger. You had their first villain was literally the devil. That's literally what his name meant. He was the devil monster. That was literally what the translation to it was. And the humor didn't translate as well. The Japanese humor is not as much, but the human humor they used for it at the time was perfect. It was great. Their sarcasm was perfect. And the evolution of the team and how they gained more powers, and the fact that you found out, oh, we can go another level up. Oh, we can go another level up. And no matter how bad the villain was, they taught kids what kids always need to learn at that age. And that teamwork is what works. When you work as one, when you're not fighting amongst yourselves, that's when good things happen. And that anime changed my life. I will fight to the death for it any day of the week. Anyone who wants to down talk it, Digimon Try, which is on right now on Crunchyroll, which is the real reason why I got a Crunchyroll. I told you I was going to tell you later. Crunchyroll got exclusive rights to stream Digimon Try, and I signed up that day I found out.
Nice.
And it is a great anime. I will always recommend it to everyone to take the time to watch it. At least just the first season.
Yeah.
It's 55 episodes. Watch it.
It's so good. I love it so much. And yeah, just backing on what you said, like there's a character for everybody to relate to. There's it's literally, it's like if you took the Breakfast Club and put them in like this fantastical world and gave them awesome friends. There's everybody's covered, and they flesh out the characters so well. Even Hunter hasn't seen it, right? So I won't spoil anything. But the whole dynamic of Patamon not being able to digivolve for so long, and fuck, what's his name? The kid.
Patamon's partner?
Yeah.
TK.
TK. I almost said TJ. No, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna pull a Davis on us? You're gonna call him the wrong name all the time?
Maybe. But yeah, just that relationship, is just one that stands out as amazing, because it's this little kid. You watch him growing up as the show goes on, and becoming more and more responsible, and you're learning these life lessons that he is of huge themes like loss and sacrifice and being strong even though you're a small kid, and all of this crazy awesome stuff. It's so good.
Hell yeah, I can't recommend. There's two kids who are dealing with a family divorce. There's one kid who's dealing with the fact that he just found out he's adopted.
Yep.
They touch on some real topics, man. They get deep.
It's deep and emotional. I'm not even gonna try and sound manly about it or anything, dude. I just watched it again last year, and that last episode against Devimon is I cried, dude. It's so good. and it's so deep. And
oh, dude,
like,
the last episode of the series gets me every time. I'm like, when they're, you know, when everyone's leaving.
yes.
Oh my God, dude,
when they all
every time. I'm like, I couldn't do it. I'd stay.
yeah. No, there's no way. I wouldn't go home. No.
I wouldn't go home. I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna live here. Goodbye, guys. And then,
yes.
and another thing to Pokemon fans, at least they grew up.
Yep.
Ash is still freaking 10. There's no way he's done all this crap within a year.
Like, they all went on to have careers and stuff. Like, you see that.
Okay. Stop comparing Pokemon and Digimon.
Oh, no, this is going to happen off camera, too. Believe me, there will be a great Pokemon-Digimon debate, and me and Caleb will take on anybody. Anybody. And put that shit to bed.
See, I can't really say anything because I haven't watched Digimon.
You need it in your life.
I've seen the first half of the season for Indigo League of Pokemon, so...
Trust me, what I know about you, Hunter, you will love Digimon. You need it in your life, like RJ just said.
I'll probably
go to
check
Netflix.
it out.
I know you got Netflix. You got it on your queue. Digimon season 1 and 2 are both on Netflix. If you need to watch any Digimon, you need to watch those first 2 seasons.
And Cross Wars is on that too.
All right. I mean, I'll admit, I like Pokemon. I love Pokemon.
Pokemon's good. Pokemon's great.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't I hated Pokemon either. It's just like it's just infuriating for years of been having people like put Pokemon over it just because they say that it's a ripoff of Pokemon, but it's not. It's so much deeper. I liked Pokemon. Like, that first movie was like, I went and saw it in theaters, dude. It was great.
I mean,
but
you kind of see why people would compare them, especially since they came out so close to each other. But I know it gets kind of annoying after a while.
Oh, believe me, dude. But I can equally be annoying to those people who do like Pokemon more, because I'll sit down with them. I'm like, no, you're going to sit down and listen to all the reasons I have to say of why Digimon is better. My girlfriend can't stand it. Like, because she loves Pokemon. Loves Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, though. She loves Digimon, too. But she can't stand it when I am ready to just shit all over Pokemon. I'm like, no, this is garbage. This is a garbage series.
Oh, 100%, dude. I go on these rants all the time about Digimon. It's like I'm totally one of the people that are like super annoying about it, because I feel like people don't know.
Yeah, like, people never
just don't know.
But yeah. So, and to those of you out there too, if you've never watched Digimon and you think we're just a bunch of other fanboys like trying to talk it up, believe me, honestly, for Digimon, watch the first 5 episodes. Give it 5 episodes. If you don't like it after that, I respect your taste. You gave it a chance, by all means, but trust me, Digimon is worth the wait for that build up.
It's kind of the same with Death Note. You got to give Death Note like the first 5 episodes of Death Note, and then you're hooked.
I still need to give y'all that too, because I've never watched a single episode of Death Note.
Watch at least the first 3 episodes. You will be hooked.
I promised you I would do that. I will do that. I will be watching at least the first 3 episodes.
I was hooked on the first episode, dude. I loved it. It's really good. Same. But back to Digimon. Yeah, I mean, it also gets a little bit pigeonholed because it is it does have a lot of that kind of like 90s cartoon tropes. Like, I mean, same as Voltron or Power Rangers, you know, like where they do the same thing a lot in the episode, but in terms of the story, yeah.
We do not
in terms of the story,
hours,
it's super deep.
What was that?
We do not need to be on here for hours, my friends.
Oh, we will.
We do if it's about Digimon.
No, we will discuss it more off camera. But honestly, so
it's like Digimon, Death Note.
But you know what? But so just to review it for everybody. So for Hunter, we had at number 5, Castlevania. Number 4, Assassination Classroom. Number 3, Yu-Gi-Oh. Number 2, My Hero Academia. And number 1, Death Note. For Caleb, we had number 5, Seven Deadly Sins. Number 4, Dragon Ball, not Z. For number 3, we had Death Note. For number 2, we had Digimon. For number 1, we had Sword Art Online. And for your gracious host, we had at number 5, Fairy Tail. We had at number 4, Haikyuu. Go watch it. We had number 3, Eureka 7. Go watch it. We had at number 2, Cardcaptor Sakura. Go watch it. And at number 1 was the amazing anime of Digimon. So to all our viewers out there, we hope you enjoyed our list. We hope you enjoyed us talking about it. I know we probably kind of annoyed y'all with those arguments about Digimon at the end. But like I said, we get very passionate. And we try very hard to stay on track. We will get better at this. I promise you, once we actually do our real segments. But like we said, leave your comments below. Let us know what you thought of our top 5s. Let us know the ones you've checked out, whether you liked them or didn't like them. Give us your top 5s. Let us know what animes you think we should be watching. We'll try to be taking some of your comments. What we want to do is start watching these animes and have viewer recommendations. We want you to recommend anime for us to watch. If you didn't hear us talk about an anime you think we should be watching today, tell us about it. We will comment you back if we're going to pick your anime so you can tune in next time and watch our comments. But this was just our top 5 to kind of give you a taste of what our taste in anime are. Hopefully it doesn't tear any of you away. I feel like it did for me because I saw Caleb and Hunter's face of just all the anime I named that they had never even heard of.
Dude, I wrote them down though. I'm coming for them.
Oh yeah.
And let me plug the Patreon page real quick because this has to do with the anime show. Also,
absolutely, go right ahead.
We do have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/filmnerdtv. If you guys pledge starting at $2 or up to $20 for the highest, if you send me a message on Patreon of an anime title, that will be the first one on our list that we watch, at least the first 3 episodes of.
Absolutely. Yep. But yes, like I said, as our show continues, we will be doing more segments. We're going to do a fall preview hopefully soon. Maybe that'll even be our next episode. We're going to talk about a lot of the anime that's going to be coming out in the fall, the new anime and the continuing animes that may be going. Discuss ones we viewed. We'll probably talk about My Hero Academia more because we love talking about it, and we know Caleb's going to catch up on it.
Yes, indeed.
Subbed or dubbed?
Subbed or dub, of course. We're going to start talking about that. Actually, I'll challenge you right now for subbed or dub. Watch Assassination Classroom. Find the dub and the sub and see which one you enjoy more.
Okay.
Because honestly, I already have a thing about that. And also, My Hero Academia may be a good one for later as well.
In general, I'm a sub
I'm gonna put it out
person.
there already.
The what?
I'm already putting it out there. I don't like My Hero Academia's dubbed.
Oh, I haven't started. I started watching with the original audio. So yeah, I'm not having that problem so far.
I can't really watch sub that much as I pointed out before. It's hard for me to read the subtitles at the same time, but
Then you're not a real anime fan. You learn. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you for all of you who are clicking our video and watching it. Thank you for sticking with us the whole way, because I know we've probably been here for a super long time. We'll probably find out just how long. We've been here an hour. We need to stop.
Holy crap, yeah.
Top 10 shows didn't even go on this long. Shout out to Collider. Y'all need to bring the top 10 back with Roka and Nost.
And of course, the Emma 5 anime show.
Oh yes, all fans of Collider. Tag Emma Fife on this. I want to picture the idea for Anime Life with Emma Fife. Collider needs to get on the anime train, and she is the one to lead it. Hashtag Anime Life with Emma Fife. Tag her on this. Let her know we're talking about her. Maybe she'll even come on our show and talk with Anime Us for like 5 minutes. But until next time, I'm RJ. That's the boss Hunter. That's Caleb. We'll see you guys next time.